Hey, all right, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahah, Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to the elect, Lord willing, with some of those men and women that believe and fear in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, I'm my brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS, Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And this lesson was inspired by a series of videos that I came across on Instagram. And, you know, with this whole Epstein BS that's going on, right, which is real, you know, these celebrities, every last one of your favorite celebrities, and even ones you don't like, all of them get down the same way this guy Epstein got down. He wasn't the only one. He's not the only one, right? There's many, many traffickers in this world, these Edomites at a high level, in order to make it in their world. Right, because the wicked, they run this world right now. It ain't their world, but it's their time of rulership, right? As the scripture says in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. Job 9 and 24. Right, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom, starting with those elite banking families. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he, right? And so this man in the world that they're currently managing, they work off the spiritual vibration and the vibration of the spiritual demon Satan, right? And in order to get any type of spiritual help, right, or any type of spiritual inspiration, they gotta commit wicked, abominable sacrifices. It's no different than these ancient nations, you know, the ancient Babylonians, the Neo-Babylonians, which those are Neo-Assyrian Babylonians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Persians and the Medes, right? The Egyptians, right? These Edomites, they work with Satan. They're Satan's children, right? These Edomites are Satan's children, right? And their industry, all of their industry, not just their entertainment industry, which most of the time that's what usually get exposed because it's in your face until like people start, you know, breaking things out, breaking things apart, and actually showing you, because the vast majority of people are ignorant to the occult. So a lot of the stuff that these people say, it go over these people's heads. They're so enamored with these individuals that they don't see that these individuals are the worst kind of people, right? But they tell you right to your face, but they say it in code. They speak in code so that as it won't bring too much attention, right? But these people are known Satanists. It ain't just, again, it's not just the entertainers, it's not just the athletes, it's people in corporate, it's people in academia, science. All of these people are high-level witches and warlocks, man, right? And what they go to Satan for is for the carnal blessings of this world, right? Because you got to give something up. Ain't nothing for free. Right? So what Satan wants your asshole. Satan wants your, and when I say Satan, I'm really speaking to you super elite, because that's what you do, right? They bend these people over. They sexually abuse them, ritualistically abuse them. They drink blood, right? They kill people, children, and they say it out their mouth. But the most people just like, oh, it just like literally like for them to put it on some of these clips, they're on daytime talk shows, man, and it just goes over people's head. It literally goes over people's head. And most times, people that watch these shows are women, so they don't really catch it. They're just enamored with the things of this world, man. But anyway, I want to play a series of videos just to show you. And at the end of the day, Satan's not going to win, because this is not his world, right? This when I say this is not his world, it don't belong to him. It belongs to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. It's just that the elite banking families that work with Satan on the left-hand side, they're in the management of the earth right now. But that management can always be fired, and they're about to be fired, right? A new management is about to come. A righteous management is about to come under Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, under Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, and the King David, and the rest of the 12 apostles and 144,000 prophets, right? And in a righteous world, you ain't got to do this. You ain't got to bend over to succeed, like Elder Apostle Gabar. You know, he breaks that down very poignantly. Like the whole term of succeeding is literally you got to suck. You got to suck. And it may sound crass, but it's the truth. These people do way worse, right? Everybody's all excited, you know, and just some people don't even care. The majority of people really don't even care about the so-called Epstein files. They released what they wanted to release, but still, it wasn't nothing that could really, truly be detrimental to these people. And they just think it's just something that's just going to go underneath the rug. But at the end of the day, these devils are being exposed, especially by way of the word of Yahweh Shem Shai and the use of the internet. So let me play this real quick.
Say, sold my soul.
Sometimes they don't want to, and they're, you know, Gaga, we can't get, you know, the frequency's weird, and, you know, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, you know, I get a little bit mad.
Why is your hand over your eye? Because I'm a devil worshiper, what are you talking about? Alright, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
And that's what most of these people do. In order to make it in this carnal world, they got to sell a soul to the devil, right? And the devil is not, when I say the devil is true, it's just really these elites. They're the deceivers, and they work with Satan on a high level. And they put these people in rooms and circles with one another, and they start to necromance, they get into witchcraft, but that shit is going to fail them. Again, what are they trying to do? You got most jakes, they sell out, trying to trying to circumvent the curses that we were born under because of our disobedience. But as they go into these hallways of wickedness, what do? They just dig themselves a deeper hole. You got somebody saying right here, did Dylan say that? Is this AI? And it's crazy because now with AI, that's even more deceptive. That's even more deception. Because this interview was years old. This was way before, you know, deep fakes came out, AI, the whole, what do you call that shit? The chat GPTs and those different programs are even out and created, right? But you had celebrities telling you that they did it. And in the end, what they end up finding out is that it's a losing game. Because he always wants more. They always want more, right? Every last one of these celebrities and high profile individuals in this world, they're all compromised, man, at the highest level. None of them are innocent. None of them are guiltless. None of them are clean. They're all wicked. Every last one of them. And they'll sell anybody out so they can obtain the things of this world.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Yeah, and Satan is not the chief commander, right? He is not, right? He's a son of the Most High on the left-hand side. That's what he is. He's a top angel on the left-hand side. But Yahweh Shem Shai rules it all, right? And we have archangels on the right side, right? So Satan ain't the chief, ain't the chief of nothing. If he was a chief of something, why did the Heavenly Father say this to him in the book of Job, chapter 1? Job chapter 1, right? Was it 1 and 1 and 6. Now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, and Satan came also among them. And Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? If Satan was a chief ruler or commander in the world that you don't see, then why is he has a power he has to answer to, which is the Heavenly Father Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? So it says, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it, right? And so here it is. This is Satan being questioned by the Heavenly Father, right? He was being sequestered. He had to come see him, right? He had to present himself because he's the son of the Most High on the left-hand side. But people in this world, they try to make him out to be stronger and more powerful than Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? They'll say, like, I don't know if y'all just recently saw that video with Jeffrey Epstein And the guy, Steve Bannon, you could tell either he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, or he was just like purposely trying to throw him off. But he was basically saying that Satan rebelled against Yahweh Shemel Shai and took angels with him. And he said he'd rather rule in hell than on earth. I mean, rule in hell than in, serve in heaven. And that's all bullshit. That came out of somebody's mind. That didn't happen, right? The scripture says the what? It says, thou. Let me see. So do. It might be so do the devils. This is wow. Let me see. Yep, this is James chapter 2, verse 19. It says, thou believest that there is one power, right? That word God goes back to the Hebrew word Allah, which means power. Thou do as well. The devils also believe and tremble, right? That's what we got in the AMP and the NLT. You say you have faith, for you believe that there is one power. Good for you. Even the demons believe this, and they tremble in terror. So there's no way that Satan will rebel against the Heavenly Father. And first and foremost, there's order in the spiritual world. There's the Heavenly Father, there's Yahweh Shai, and there's the archangels and the rest of the angels. And nobody's rebelling against nobody. Ever. That could never happen. That will never happen. Because our power is a power of complete order. Right? He does things decently in order. And he's not going to create something and then that thing overcomes him. That's not going to happen. And that's what Esau believes he can do by way of the technology, the inspiration that the Lord gave him. Right? He did that on purpose. Yahweh Shema Shai built this man up, got his pride running through the roof so that he can destroy him. And when he destroys him, it's going to be a glorious destruction. Right? Or anything that Esau has is light years behind with the angels and what Yahweh Shema Shai and the angels have. The technology that's coming from the spirit world that's going into this realm, right? So here it is. There's no way. If the demons are they tremble in terror, how much? And Satan's a demon. He's the word demon just means wisdom. Anyway, and the AMP says you believe the Most High is one. You do well to believe that. The demons also believe that and shudder and bristle in all filled terror. They have seen his wrath. Right? That's right, man. And these devils, these modern day devils, you Edomites, right? You're gonna tremble when you see Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. When you see the only begotten Son come back standing on a chariot, angry, furious, full of wrath and anger toward you. Right? You're gonna shake. You're gonna get scared. Right? You ain't gonna stand up with your enchantments. Your enchantments are not gonna help you. Right? Let's get that. Go now with thy enchantments. Go now with thine. Go now with thine enchantments. This is the book of enchant. Right? Yup. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorcery, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Right? So that's what the Lord is telling these Edomites, especially at a high level. Right? You Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, right? Because y'all deal with Satan on the highest level here. And you think that that's it. You know Yahweh Shem Shai exists because your priests go to Yahweh Shem Shai and complain about us, right? And slander us, right? But you think that you're going to overcome Yahweh Shem Shai by your witchcraft. In this world, see, this is crazy because you people are so quick to denounce Yahweh Shem Shai. You show him no respect or reverence or fear, right? But as soon as Satan jump on the scene, you niggas start getting scared and getting in line. And start bowing down, start making all these sacrifices to the spiritual demon Satan and the demons that's around him, right? But you're going to pay for that. Because at the end of the day, you still playing in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai. Yahweh said what? Yahweh Shah said, what? I create evil, I create light. I, the Lord, do all these things. Yahweh Shah created Satan. Yahweh Shah created you. He created the Edomites to be a what? A vessel of destruction. And all you heathen nations, you all, at one point in time, dealt on the left-hand side to obtain your spirituality, your so-called spirituality, or your understanding of what spirituality is. Right? Witchcraft is real. Witchcraft is real. But so is righteousness even more. Right? Righteousness and obedience to Yahweh Shem Shai, that's what really pay off. The wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai, it trumps wickedness and evil at any stage. Right? There's a precept that says, I thought I had it. I thought I had saved it, but I might have to find it again. But it says, nope, I think I got it. I thought I had it. I might have changed it, but let me get it real quick. It says the knowledge of wickedness. Yeah, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, right? This is Sirach chapter 19, verse 22, right? Yep, verse 22, it says the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence, man. Right? Let me get that in the GNT. Sirach chapter 19, verse 22. Right? Sirach chapter 19, verse 22. In the GNT. Okay? Sirach 19 and 22 in the GNT. It says, you may know everything there is to know about wickedness, but that does not make you wise. It is not sensible to follow the advice of sinners. Exactly. It's not, because the ultimate judgment for sinners is death. Sin brings death. You have to break the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai in order to make it in this world. Then death is going to be at your door sooner than you think. Right? That's why these sellouts, right, of our nation and of the other nations, these sellouts, they die fucked up. That money, that wealth don't extend to their generations, except if you're part of the super elite. But as for you entertainers that's willing to do anything to get something in this world, right? Notwithstanding, you don't realize that it's not even Satan that's giving it to you. All things come from Yahweh Shem Shai, right? The scripture says what in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, right? Verse 12, it says, verse 9 and 10. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Right? These benefits come from Yahweh Shem Shai, but you haven't known them. But you'll give the praise to a demon. Yeah, you'll give the praise to an ancient idol, which we're gonna get into that too. Because these elite banking families, they worship idols. Baal, Molech, you name it, Ashereth. And then they have the rest, they have the common man and woman following after them, and they think that it's just the way it is. You know, it's just normal. Right? Celebrating Christmas, Easter, all these pagan unholy days. What's that? Christmas. I think I said Christmas. Halloween, Thanksgiving. Right? These some high level witches and warlock days where children go missing. Right? That's what that whole Jeffrey Epstein shit was about, was the him supposedly having basically a sex ring of Edomite girls. Right? But I'm sure it was boys in there too. But they ain't show that. But yet you got these devils, they sitting around here, they just gloating in their wickedness. Well, that shit's about to come to an end.
Well, needless to say.
Watch this video about Chrissy Teigen.
If you were in a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
You wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Yeah, all the symbolism, this bitch is a demon. Because these people, they don't have any real talent. They're not special in any way. So they got to sell out. And then they say it to you in your face. She's on Twitter in 2011 saying seeing little girls do splits half naked is just something I want to put myself in. She said she want to put herself in jail. She's a pedophile, a murderer, right? He's a little boy in the pageant now. Finally, some eye candy from you. See this shit? But then, like, the bitch ain't in jail. What just says toddlers and tiaras, man. You see the wickedness, man? Skinny pedos drink Pedialyte. This is wicked, man. Kristen Teigen. This is a woman, right? All your favorite celebrities, your Cardi B's. There was a video. I always mention this from time to time, but there was a video on YouTube where Cardi B was in a room, just an empty room, butt naked, showing herself off. Which I'm gonna show you an example similar to that. They all get on the cash and couch. They're all quasi homosexuals and pedophiles, child murderers, all of that. Let me get this real quick.
But
Oh my God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody.
Salaka, brother.
Oh my God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody.
Take a look. What is it? Making
Making the world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret cult. Look at that, making the world open and connected. Stream, graph, platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati.
Yeah, and people laugh like it's funny. Nothing that she said was funny. But this is them exposing who they are right in front of you.
Pancake is to have the consistency of young human flesh.
It's spongy, it has life to it.
You're with a guy with brightly colored undergarments, and you got soft human flesh in front of you.
You see? And they're laughing about this shit. Talking about eating children. These motherfuckers are cannibals. These motherfuckers are Satanists. They're murderers, man. Same shit that was happening in Canaan before Yahweh Shem Shai destroyed them Canaanites by bringing us into the land. Right? These people, they do the most odious works of witchcraft down here, bro. Right in front of your face. He's eating pancakes, talking about low children. When have any regular person ate some pancakes and thought about eating children? Or the consistency? Why would you even know what the consistency of a child's skin is?
You're in a weird place.
I'm looking forward to this. This is really, really going to be great.
All right, now, first of all, this is...
part due to the stabbing of a police dog during an arrest in Brisbane last year.
And they say this is ABC, but it's really not. It's a European news channel. Yeah, somebody says right here, that was so long ago. Yep, that was so long ago. People just let it roll by. That's right. This is part of the occult. This is a part of the occult making their wickedness and evil. Damn, what's the word I was going to use for it? But it's basically them making it regular, right? They're open with it. They flash it in there. They put it in child movies. They put it in adult movies. They do all of this shit because they want to that's the word. They want to normalize it. They normalize wickedness and witchcraft, right? And because it was so long ago, people just let it roll. Same thing with that whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. You got people talking about we tired of hearing about Jeffrey Epstein. I don't want to hear about that shit. Wait a minute. This nigga killed people. This nigga murdered people. This nigga, and it wasn't him. It was your favorite celebrities were complicit with this nigga, man.
Recent outages have part due to...
Yeah, these niggas right here, your Denzel Washingtons, your Jay-Z's, both of these niggas are high-level warlocks, lesser luminaries in this world. Right? He talking about some Denzel Washington is committed Christian who has spoken about the dark. He's not committed to nothing but Satan, bruh. You worship Christianity, you're a Satanist. You're an occultist. And this dude, in order to make it in Hollywood, you don't get them blockbusters movies by trying to do righteousness. You don't do that. You got to go to the cash couch. You got to bend over. You got to do all of that shit. And they got a hierarchy and shit, right? The average person couldn't walk up to this wicked nigga Jay-Z and treat him like that. But people that are within their society that are higher than him can do him like that. And it ain't about money, Nobody cares about your $1 billion, your scrap pieces of paper. These niggas are high-level witches and warlocks, man. You just don't know it. And these are Israelites. These are niggas. Waving that nigga off, look, Shannon Sharp, faggot ass. He's a sucker, man. Right? You niggas.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. This shit came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
And you gotta listen to these niggas when they talk. Most people do not listen to people when they talk. The nigga tell you to your face, he sacrificed his mom. He sold his soul to the devil. It came with a crappy deal. He said at least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Like, that's not even good lyrics, bro. But he's telling the audience like what he did.
You know, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil. Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
Sometimes they don't want to, and they're...
Yeah, and they tell you right to your face.
We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and
He said the white race. No. We the enemies of Esau, the true sons and daughters of Israel, man.
Can you say your name, please?
My real name or government name?
As you wish.
Dwayne Johnson.
And where were you born?
San Francisco, California.
Okay. And can you do any accents? Are you comfortable with nudity?
Front or back?
Front.
Sure. How about sideways?
Yeah, sideways. I'll speak to the director, but we can probably work something out.
The short answer is yes.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much. Can you say your name, please?
Yeah, and then they try to prop these people up like they hard-working individuals. Yeah, they sacrificed a lot. Absolutely. They sacrificed themselves, their family members, their bodies, right? Their souls. They do that. So here somebody says like, before becoming one of the most powerful names in Hollywood, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson hit rock bottom. He was cut from the Canadian Football League. His dream of professional football shattered. Soon after, he was evicted, broke, and left with $7 in his pocket. That moment didn't break him. It redefined him. Instead of quitting, it pivoted to wrestling, embracing the legacy he once resisted. Years later, the same $7 became a symbol of resilience, inspiring the name of his production company, $7 Production. A reminder he never forget where he started. Today, The Rock is a global icon, not because he never fell, but because he kept going when there was nothing left. No. It's his interview for a porn shoot or what? What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, this is what they do. And the nigga ain't got no problem. He's a homosexual. This dude is a homosexual, right? And they commit homosexual acts on a high level, because you got to understand all of this wickedness stems from idolatry. Every last bit of it. The stuff that's normalized that the average person, average Israelite gets into in this world is nothing more than pagan worship. Right? You say love is love because two women are bumping coochies, or two men are slapping each other with their rods, or you got transsexuals dealing with men and women. That shit is disgusting. You got pedophiles out here. Right? All these wicked acts, they've become normalized in the society. When they originally started, it started as occultic idol worshiping, right? This is let me see. I'm looking for the precept. I thought it was in this it gotta be in this chapter. It says yeah, here it is right here. Wisdom of Solomon 14:27. For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning and the cause and the end of all evil. Right? So they're not telling you, the average person that's being entertained by these people, they're not telling you that these people, what they're doing is idol worship and witchcraft and wizardry. They're not telling you that. You just think this dude worked hard and he got to where he got to. Yeah, he worked hard sucking dick, bending over, massacring children, eating children, drinking blood, and doing whatever else he needed to do to make it in this world. Because this is Satan's playground. Right? And these Edomites, they've been buying souls like it's nothing. Right? And they're nothing but slaves to the super elite, right? It says, I knew he wasn't from Hawaii. What a poser. Yeah, this nigga is a demon, bruh. He's a homosexual demon, man. He had no problem being like this dude. Mind you, this nigga's like 6 foot something, supposedly 200 and 300 pounds of muscle, and he's a faggot. A lot of these niggas are in jail, in prison, super strong but fagged out, right? A lot of you dudes, but they committing witchcraft and wizardry, and they don't know it. They think that, oh, I just love somebody, but you just got a foul spirit on you, and it's everywhere, bro. It's pervasive, man. The Lord said this, that there's a perverse spirit in this place, man. He mingled a perverse spirit in this place, man. Right, a very perverse spirit. Right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 14. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man stagger in his vomit. Right, in the AMP, in the NLT and the AMP, it says, Yahweh Bashem have sent a spirit of foolishness on them, and to worship idols and to do those sacrifices, those wicked things that you do, that's foolishness. Because again, you won't fail. And they have caused Egypt to, Yahweh Bashem have sent the spirit of foolishness on them, so all their suggestions are wrong. They caused Egypt to stagger like a drunk in his vomit. Right? It says Yahweh Bashem have mixed a spirit of distortion within her. Her leaders have caused Egypt to stagger in all that she does, as a drunken man staggers in his vomit. Right? Now look at that word for perverse in the Hebrew. That word for perverse in the Hebrew is I-wa-ayim, which is distorting, perverting, warping. Right? Because you think that this wickedness is good. But then when you're presented with real true goodness, righteousness, you think that's wicked. Right? That's what you think, because this man has turned everything upside down. And this dude basically on the casting couch. He ain't the only one. Right?
It is the mark of a villain. Kidnapping children is not what great nations do.
But that's what y'all do.
Is that a gang sign that
you don't know what it is. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track.
Which is true. All your again, they're telling you truth, trying to mix it in with jokes and trying to make you think it's a lie. All your sportscasters, all your news anchors, especially the ones at the top, they're all agents. They work for these occulted organizations, the CIA, Mossad, all of that shit.
To distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on. You know, they get out there in the woods in a circle, naked, and they decide
that's a Bohemian Grove.
These things, and you know what they're trying to do? Ooh, this thing is buzzing. Hold on. They're trying to turn us into, consumer drones of some sort. It is the.
And they tell you to your face.
Somebody who works in the store thinks you worship the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Is it inside of you to ever clear something like that up, or you just kind of let that be fester in the world as it wants to?
I think about it a lot.
Really?
I think about it almost every day.
What part of it?
Every single part, every time, every pinpoint of when that's happened to me down my career.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot. And I think it's not for me to prove to people who cannot or don't wish to listen. It's the harsh reality, but I'd like to stay there. And I feel comfortable there because there's
there's a video of this bitch tweaking out with demons on her in a fucking garage, losing her fucking mind. And these people, I mean, you don't do shit like this if you're not a witch right? A warlock or a witch. You don't do things like this. You niggas will do this shit. She got demons on it. There's the demons that's on this bitch. These are talentless people. They have no talent. And if they do have any, it's minuscule. So in order to make them explode, this bitch was dressed as a cow. I remember when this bitch had a song about a fucking cow. Now she's the hottest thing since sliced bread. Why is that? Because she's a fucking monster. Right? She's a temple harlot. Your Beyonce's. These bitches, y'all celebrate this bitch.
This
Beyonce.
must be Malcolm.
Y'all celebrate this bitch Beyonce. And she's a high-level witch, man. She ain't bigger than Maria Abramovich. But she's up there. She's a high-level witch amongst you nigga bitches, man. And even your so-called leaders, your Malcolm X's, your Martin Luther Kings, they were doing all of this shit right in front of you, and you thought this dude was really against the so-called white man. He was pushing that Islamic bullshit to you, which is really that Red House Masonic bullshit to you, and y'all fed it. Apostle Gabar, he brought this out many times. I know for a fact yesterday in a video, he pulled this picture up and he showed you that this Masonic hand sign where Malcolm X was holding his hand up to his index finger up to his temple, man. And that goes back to a Masonic gesture. And a lot of these celebrities, because I used to think that, well, maybe it's the photographer telling them to do this shit, but they're with it.
Malcolm X, if I can remember right. And there he has on a Masonic ring, by the way. You can see, I believe, from here it's hard to see, but I believe in that picture there is a square and compass of the Masons. So he was not only a black Muslim, yeah, there it is, but he was a Mason. And there's the Prince Hall Masons, made up almost entirely of black people, black men, that is. Right. And here he's pointing to his head. And he's basically asserting that he is more intelligent and more all-knowing than the...
Yeah, because the average person that joins this masonry shit, you don't get this high up, right? The third degree ain't shit, right? Unless you like really into witchcraft like that, then I guess they open the door to you, but you got to go up the ladder to really understand these organizations, right? All these so-called fraternal organizations, all these so-called groups, these secret society groups, all this shit goes back to witchcraft. Masonry is witchcraft. Albert Pike even said that, right? And they'll kill these niggas. They don't give a fuck. They might even kill this dude and then, or say he's dead, and then he lived out the rest of his life somewhere in the French Riviera that you didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Yeah, Salakia about that. So yeah, so these people are nothing but Satanists, man. At the end of the day, they're not going to win. So I use this as an illustration. So let's go to this precept real quick. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 24. It says, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Now, it's not a thing about, oh, this dude's rich, so the Lord is not going to deal with some. You got brothers that got a little bit more. You got brothers that got a little bit less. But this is for the people in the world, right? Especially of our people, right? Their riches and their wealth define them. Well, you got your consolation prize. These niggas, these celebrities, they're not going to be saved, right? They're not going to be saved when all the destruction comes, right? They're going to have to pay for all that they did, right? Not only the witchcraft and wizardry, and that's a death sentence by itself, but also influencing their own people to go along with their scheme or their lies. So woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep, bro. Woe unto you when men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. Yeah, you got these characters, your Beyonce, your Jay-Z,
it is.
Kim
Say your name, please.
The Rock. You got these characters, and everybody speaks well about these guys. But in reality, this dude's a monster. He just hasn't been, Esau's still using him. So he ain't throw him out yet. But he will. He does it to every last one of them. Right? So woe unto you when men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers of the what? False prophets. Right? It says, Isaiah 28:17, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding place, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. Right? when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Exactly. So you jakes that sold out, that covenant you made with death is gonna be disannulled. It's gonna be broken. Right? It says in the NLT, I will cancel the bargain you made to cheat death, and I will overturn your deal to dodge the grave. Right? When the terrible enemy sweeps through, you will be trampled into the ground. Right? So it says in the AMP, your covenant with death will be annulled, and your agreement with Sheol, the place of the dead, which is this place in Esau's system, will not stand. It ain't gonna stand. Right? Because Yahweh Shah don't give a fuck about your raps. He don't give a fuck about none of the shit that you into, man. And you teach our people to think that you work hard and that your talents and your business acumen got you where they got to, but notwithstanding, the reason why you where you at in this society is because you made an agreement with Esau. You made an agreement with the death, right? Esau is not death, but he brings death. He's a purveyor of death. He loves it. He loves blood, right? He don't shy away from that, right? And you made your covenant with this world. You're gonna be destroyed, bro. You're gonna have to pay for this. And these niggas, they ain't scared. They say they ain't scared, but we'll see. We'll see. Right? St. Matthew chapter 16, verse 26, Yahweh Shai said this. Says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Right? And we already showed you videos of people saying they sold the devil, they sold the devil and all this other shit. But what do they get for that? They get nothing but sorrow and pains, because the rewards of this life only last temporarily. You can only have but so much money. You can only have so many cars. You can only have so many women, right? Whatever that you're into, you can only have so much of it. And this is why you see your celebrities with sunglasses on. They're on drugs, right? They're just out there because they're trying to fill that empty void that they thought they was going to fill with the things of this world, and they're empty. And then you get into these high level spaces with these Edomites. And now you see what it really costs and take to be up there. I had this image right here, right, showing you that these celebrities are all tapped in. You know, you got Felicia Rashad, Amara Rashad. He used to be a football player. She's an actress, and this is their daughter. She's also an actress now too. And they got this picture together, and they got 666 up, and everybody thinking like, oh, it's a family photo, and they're saying okay, but in reality, man, they showing you who they worship. Right? They've been worshiping Satan. The black Hollywood been down with that shit. Like your Richard Pryors, your Eddie Murphys, Paul Mooney's, all these people, man, these niggas are nasty, bruh. But all of this shit's gonna be disannulled because none of this is gonna matter when this world has been destroyed. And the damn sure ain't gonna matter in the world to come. No one cares. Jay-Z's gonna be somebody's son. That's it. Yeah, he's gonna be a king. That's something that all Israelite men will be, kings and priests. But he gonna have to die and come back. After death by pain, he gonna know the truth. Revelation chapter 18, verse 19, verse 9 says, lament Babylon, the kings of the earth who have committed fornication, right there, witchcraft and wizardry, and live deliciously with her, which is America, shall bewail her and lament for her, and when they shall see the smoke of her burning, right? Because this place is gonna be destroyed by nuclear fire. Standing off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. All this stuff you got people that work lifetimes to achieve things in this world. You got organizations that been planning, plotting, implementing things for hundreds of years to establish America at its height. Notwithstanding, this place is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. Everything in it. Right? And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Because it's not going to be useful for us in our kingdom. We don't want none of that shit. The merchandise of gold, silver, precious stones, and of pearls, and of fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner of vessels, and of ivory, of all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron and marble. And it says, in cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and the fine flour and the wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Right? That's what's in this place, Babylon. That's exactly what this place is filled with. And all of that shit's going to be destroyed. No one's going to be buying and selling any of these things in our kingdom. No, sir. It's not going to happen. Right? Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in a day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. Right? Riches don't profit you in a day of the wrath of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You can't buy your way out of the inevitable, which is your destruction and your death. And you're going to have to feel it. Right? You can't, Yahweh Shemel Shai don't give a fuck about Jay-Z and his accolades. He don't give a fuck about Felicia Rashad and her accolades. He don't give a damn about no Super Bowl championships, no Grammy Awards, no Oscars, none of that bullshit. No million, billion, $1 trillion. He don't care about none of that. And none of that's going to deliver you. See, these niggas think they're so tapped in, and they're the one that's under delusion. Because they really think that Esau going to let these niggas out when all hell breaks loose. They going to get you on a plane and send you somewhere safe. You niggas walking on the earth while the elite bankers, they living on the underground cities. They're already acclimated to their hideouts. And you walking around here, you at these stupid ass games, you rapping, you on stage, you flaunting yourself, right? Acting like it's just pure talent. And then when you get called out on it, you get mad. Oh, they saying like that bitch Beyonce gonna talk about something. They killing her with all this Illuminati mess. Bitch, you ain't in the Illuminati. She right about that. When she tell you she not in the Illuminati, she right. Cause she not a part of the super elite banking families. She's just a prostitute for the banking families. Like there's a picture of Khalees, right? She's a talentless whore. Khalees with Nathan Rothschild. He probably was dating her. But I know she was in a picture with Nathan Rothschild and Jacob Rothschild. I think that's his son. That was his son. Yeah, right here. Right, they cropped these niggas out because I think they took a different one. So they had this one. This nigga, he got his arm around Nathan Rothschild. This nigga around the top elite Satanist on planet Earth, man. And this is when Jacob Rothschild was alive. You got Khalees. You like, what the fuck? First of all, look how they dressed. They not even dressed for the occasion. Like they just pulled these niggas up off the street. The nigga got the one. He's this nigga right here. He's too happy to be there. And this nigga got on fucking tuxedos and shit, bro. She got jeans. Like, come on, bro. And you don't get to these parties with these people because, it was just something to do. Or you just got invited and you just showed up. Nah, they turned this bitch out. Same thing they did with Eve. They turned this bitch out. Man, Lord Rothschild with singer Khalees, Nate Rothschild, rapper Nas. This not even Nas. Who the fuck is this guy? It's not even Nas, bro. Yeah, man. Look, Rothschilds. When they scared of these niggas, these are the ones that these celebrities are truly scared of, but they nothing to be scared of. They're going to lose. The prophets of Baal are trash. Them niggas is false and fake. Right? This is the book of 1 Kings chapter 18. It says, 18 and 20. It says, so Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? If Yahweh Bashim Shai be your most high, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answer him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, I only remain a prophet of Yahweh Bashim Shai. But Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And call ye the name of your gods, and I will call the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and the power that answereth by fire. Let him be the Most High. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose one of your bullock for yourself, dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, and put no fire under it. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and they called the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice. Why? Because Baal don't exist. You don't understand. You sacrificing to these idols and they don't exist. You hoping to get an answer from a demon, and when you get the answer, you really think it's Baal. But Baal don't exist. Baal is nobody to be scared of. Molech is nobody to be scared of. Nimrod is nobody to be scared of. The fucking none of these idols, they fucking trash, bruh. They're garbage, man. These motherfuckers stayed up and called for this idol from morning to noon, and he ain't show up. And it says, and there was no voice, nor any that answered, and they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a god. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey. Basically said he on a vacation, or pre-adventure he sleepeth and must be awakened. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lance, till the blood gushed out upon them. Yeah, they thought that blood sacrifice was needed. So they started cutting themselves up. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any answer nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar in Yahweh. He prepared the altar of Yahweh, Bashim Shai, that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, and unto whom the word of Yahweh came. Because Yahweh Bashim Shai didn't give his word or his name to any other people. He gave it to us, saying, Israel shall be thy name, Yasha'Allah. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahweh. And he made a trench about the altar, as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid them on the wood, and said, fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, do it the second time. And they did it the second time. And he said, do it the third time. And they did it the third time. And the water round about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. Elijah's prayer. And it came to pass that at the time of offering and in the evening sacrifice, that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Yahweh, Bashim Avishai, power of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art the power in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Yahweh, hear me, that this people may know that thou art Yahweh, Bashim Avishai, the Most High, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Because this is the Lord proving that he existed. He's showing Jake again. Look, man, these idols that you worshiping, they're dead, they're useless, they're worthless, but I live. I'm here. This is my prophet. I'm gonna show you my power. And it says, then the fire of Yahweh fell and consumed the burnt sacrifices and the wood and the stone and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, Yahweh, he is the power. Yahweh, he is the power. Man, that's beautiful, bro. Man, Yahweh Bashim Shai is the power, bro. Absolutely, bro. Yahweh Bashim Shai is truly the power, bro. He is truly the power, bro. It says, I'm just want to read it in the Hebrew, what it says in the Hebrew. It says Yahweh, Yahweh, Hala, what's this? Alahayim. Yahweh, Alahayim is the power, or Halahayim, which is what? Yahweh is the power. Yahweh is the power. Haya, right? He is Halahayim, Halahayim, which is the power, right? Our power is truly a power, and he exists, right? So I brought this out to just show you that, hey, look, none of these people with their idols, they're not gonna win, right? You can worship all these demons, you can do all the bloodletting and all that other shit. It's not going to deliver you. Only Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is going to deliver. Only Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is the only true God, the only true power, and Yahweh and his only begotten Son. Right? Our power exists. These idols, they don't exist for these people. Right? They get these temporary world blessings, and then that's it. They're done. They're not covered. They're going to be destroyed. But we, Lord willing, we endure to the end. We're going to constantly be covered and taken care of and delivered from the hands of our enemies. And we're going to show you better than we could. Yahweh Shem Shai is going to show you better than we could tell you. Right? And so that, we give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Dash. Double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching the word of truth and sincerity, for ruling well. And salutations to the elect. Keep pushing, keep striving. We almost out of here. Hey, shalom.